Hey guys, we're back again. It's day 2 of the World's Strongest Man. We've just had event 3, the car walk. So let's get into the scores. In Group 1, Tom Stockman took the lead with 6 points. His time was 14.65 seconds. That's really quick. Now in second place, we've got Kevin Ferris. He had a time of 19.32 seconds, so he was a little bit off the pace. He's got 13 points and currently looking to take on that stone eliminator to make the final. Now following on from that, we've got Gabriel Rayholm of Canada. He's in third place on 12 points. He had a time of 16.44 seconds, so also pretty good. Next up in fourth place, we've got Ivar Smokstelis of Latvia. He's on 10 points and he had a time of 19.91 seconds. So people are obviously getting very different times and this is going to start to split up the pack. And rounding out Group 1, we've got Andy Black of Scotland on 7 points with a time of 32.71 seconds. And in 6th place, it's Manuel Angulo. He had a time of a minute, so he only gets 1 point. Now next up we've got Group 2, and they're dubbing this guy Hooper Trooper. The guy that I picked to make the finals is looking like he's going to make it in style. Mitchell Hooper with a time of 11.64 seconds, absolutely smashing it. He got 6 points and now sits top of the leaderboard on 18 points. Next up we've got Bobby Thompson in second place. He's on 11 points, but he also had a pretty good time. 16.05 seconds is definitely showing his moving events are coming along. Now next in the group, we've got the Miracle Man Mark Felix. Can he make the final? It looks like he may. He's on 9 points with another great time. It's 13.96 seconds. Mark, known for his grip strength, that wrecking ball hold event coming up in event number 5. It just means he has to do well in the following event, which is the log press. Luckily for him, the weight is only 145 kilos, so hopefully Mark can bank some reps and stay in the game. Next up we've got Gabriel Pena, the Texas Titan, in 4th place on 9 points. It looks like he only got 1 point for the car walk, so I'm going to assume he didn't attempt it. And rounding out Group 2, Brian Shaw in 5th spot. He got a time of 19.97 seconds, only banking 2 points. And in the final spot, we've got Konstantin Janasha. He's in 6th place and only on 7 points. Hopefully those two guys can pull it back. There are still 2 more events before that stone eliminator. Hopefully Brian can make the final. It would be really bad if he didn't this year. Everyone's banking on him to take that 5th title. So everyone get behind Shaw's strength. Let's see if he can make it happen. We now move into Group 3, and still top, it's Alexei Novikov on 16 points. He had a time of 15.23 seconds. Second place, and holding fast, it's Adam Bishop of Great Britain on 12 points. His time was 23.38 seconds, so he managed to bank another 2 points. Now next up in 3rd place, it's Rob Kearney. He's making a charge for a comeback to hit the final. Here he is with a time of 11.63 seconds in the car walk, possibly one of his best events. He banked 6 points and now sits in 3rd place on 11 points overall. Next up it's Trey Mitchell. He's got 10 points and he had a time of 19.24 seconds. So good luck to Trey, hopefully he can make the stone off. If he does, he's definitely someone I'd bank on making the final. And rounding out Group 3, we've got Gregor Szymanski of Poland on 7 points with a car walk time of 14.26 seconds. That's pretty quick, considering he's come back from cancer, so an awesome effort from him. And in last place, we've got Mika Toro on 7 points and he gained 1 point, so again another athlete I'll assume didn't compete in that event. Now as we move into Group 4, Martins Lisis the Dragon is still in 1st place on a score of 17 points. He had a time in the car walk of 18.93 seconds, so that's not bad for him. Second place is Gavin Bilton, competing for Great Britain, but you just know everyone in Wales is begging to get him into the final. He's doing really well also, with a time of 23.67 seconds, banking another 4 points. Now someone else who's on 12 points is Pavlo Kordiaka of Ukraine. He pulled it back massively, winning the car walk in his group with a time of 12.92 seconds. He also sits on 12 points, so potentially could go up against Big Gavin Bilton in that stone off. Next up we've got Maxime Boudreau on 11 points with a time of 49.28 seconds. Now that's not like Max, so hopefully he's okay. We'll find out more on the next video. And rounding out Group 4, we've unfortunately got some bad news. Shane Flowers of Great Britain has had to pull out. I understand he's hurt his foot and can't go on, so good luck to Shane. Hopefully he can get rested up and recover as soon as possible. And the final athlete in Group 4 is Nedzmin Amboskovic on 4 points, and it also doesn't have a time for him, so I'm going to assume he didn't attempt the car walk either. Now in Group 5, Luke Stoltman is still top on 17 points with a time of 16.65 seconds. Pretty consistent and still looking like he's going to make the final. Next up we've got John Stephen Corabooth, Coco from Australia but competing as a Frenchman on 11 points with a time of 41.34 seconds. He's definitely going to have to keep going if he wants to make the final. Good luck to him in the log press and also that wrecking ball hold. Now someone else on 11 points is Iceland's Ethor Ingolfsson Melsted. If you had to go up against anyone in the stones, you wouldn't want them to come from Iceland. So let's see if that happens. It could be Ethor versus Coco, we'll have to wait and see. Next up in 4th place we've got Kelvin de Ruiter on 9 points. It says he had a time of a minute, so at least he finished the run. And we round out Group 5 with some awesome news. Evan the T-Rex Singleton was given the all clear from the doctors to come back and compete, and he actually won the event with a blistering time of 9.86 seconds. That's the fastest across all of the 30 athletes, showing that he's definitely deserved of a space in the final if he can do well in the next 2 events. And rounding out Group 5, we've got Kim Uyarak of Greenland on 6 points. He managed a distance of 11.40 metres. So what did you guys make of that? Some awesome standout performances from Mitchell Hooper and Evan Singleton. Smashing their times and showing that they definitely deserve a space in the final. I really hope Evan can pull it back. Let's all get behind him. Anyway guys, that's it from me today. I really hope you enjoyed this video on Event 3. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe. And I'll catch you again as always on the next one.